Now we'll write down these paths here. Path, duration. So the paths we are writing 1, 2, 4, 6. Duration is 7 plus 8 plus 11, which gives us 26 days. Then 1, 3, 4, 6. It is 4.5 plus 7 plus 11, which gives us 22.5. Then 1, 3, 6. 4.5 plus 9, which gives us 13.5. Then we have path 1, 5, 6, 3.5 plus 9, that is 12.5. Among these things, this is critical path. So whichever the activity having highest duration or longest duration, we call that as critical path, which will represent the duration of the project. So, and one more thing what we need to observe here is in the project diagram, the lines should not be crossed or they should not be curved lines. And other thing is, there is no relationship for the length and the duration of the activity. So if you see 1 to 5, the duration is only 3.5 days. If you see 5 to 6 activity, its duration is 9 days, but it appears to be shorter in length. So it is only matter of convenience to write the diagram or to establish a relationship between. Actually what it indicates, after completing 1 to 5 activity, then 5 to 6 activity will start. Or after completing 1 to 3, 3 to 4 or 3 to 6 can be started. So it is only representing the relationship among activities or precedence relationship or following relationship, all those things. So anyhow, as per the problem, we need to calculate standard deviation of the project. Standard deviation of the project is given by the standard deviation of critical path. So standard deviation of critical path. So yes, we have 1 to 2, the standard deviation is 1.67, plus 2 to 4, the standard deviation is 1.67, we have calculated earlier, and 4 to 6 we have a standard deviation of 0.33, which will give us 3.67 days. Because the project length or all the activities are in days, we will get the standard deviation also in days. This is how we will solve this network diagram. Earlier we have seen or we have solved the problem related to expected monetary value EMV. Now we will also do a problem on expected value of perfect information, which we also call that as EVPI. Actually what this EVPI indicates is, in most of the cases, the vendors or sellers will not have information to make any decision. But however, in case if the decision maker has perfect information with regard to sales or with regard to demand, such kind of things, then they will be able to make better decisions such that they will have more profit or more revenues. So that is what we call, because there is a gap between the fact and the information or the decision, whatever we make. So for that reason, we are trying to examine if at all the vendor has a perfect information with regard to demand or sales, then probably they will be able to make such kind of decision. Let us say in case of hotels, there they may be able to prepare the dishes if they have perfect information. Otherwise, there may be some kind of wastage which is a loss to the organization, and since they are perishable, it is not desirable to cook more or to prepare more and then wasting them. At the same time, in case if they are not prepared in sufficient quantities, the customers are not served promptly or within least possible time, then customer dissatisfaction may be there and they may not return. That is also one kind of loss. But however, we are only trying to examine what it would make the difference in case if the businessman has perfect information so that he can take advantage of it. So usually in case of perishables, this would be more useful. Even in case of newspaper vendors also, because the newspaper will have the life for that particular day. Even weekly magazines or monthlies, whatever the kind of magazines they want to store or procure with an intention to sell, but if they are not sold, it would result in some kind of loss. Here in this example, we have taken one problem related to a fruit box vendor, where he purchases each box for ₹50 and he box on the same day, then he is likely to lose that, he will lose that 50 rupees because it is a perishable. But if he sells on the same day, he will get a profit of 50 rupees. Now we'll see with his past experience, he has provided the data here, what were the daily sales that he has observed for 100 days, and then he has seen the number of boxes being sold on each day, and then we'll evaluate the situation and try to see if he had that perfect information, what would have been the value of that information to him. So here the daily sales were captured, daily sales, how many number of boxes were captured, and how many days out of 100 days that he has sold that particular number of boxes. And so here daily sales, on certain days he was able to sell 7 boxes, on certain days 8 boxes, on certain days 9 boxes, on certain days 10 boxes. So out of 100 days, what he could do, he could sell 7 boxes was for 10 days, and for 30 days he could sell 8 boxes, 45 days he could sell 9 boxes, and 10 days he could sell 15 boxes. Total, if you see, this is 100 days. Then out of 100 days, if you take them as probability, 10 by 100 will give 0.10. Then similarly it is 0.3 or 30 by 100. Then 0.45, that is 45 days out of 100, and 15 days out of 100 he could sell 10 boxes. Now we'll proceed with this kind of information.